Hello guys! In this lesson, I show you the most popular materials in Corona and its equivalents in V-Ray. And I do the same for maps as well. So on the right hand side, we have the Corona file and on the left hand side, the V-Ray file. Let's open the material editor in both files. So here, we have a list of all V-Ray materials. And here, we'll find materials for Corona. Okay, let's start from the Corona physical material. So it's a more natural way to set up realistic materials than in the previous Corona material. With this material, importing materials from softwares like Quixel or Substance is easier and more accurate. And in V-Ray, we have V-Ray material. By the way, in case you want to use old material for any reason, it's called Corona Legacy material. Next one that we use many times to create advanced materials is Corona Layered material. And in V-Ray, it's a V-Ray Blend material. So we can see that the structure is pretty similar. We have a base material in both. And then we have layers and masks. In V-Ray, accordingly coats and blends. Corona Light material. In V-Ray, it's called V-Ray Light material. So you can see that in both we have color and we have opacity. V-Ray has an additional option to add a displacement map. Anyway, we also have Corona Ray Switch material, and for V-Ray, we will use V-Ray Override material. So we can override global illumination, reflections, refractions. In V-Ray we have base and shadows material, and in Corona we have direct override. And from materials, it will be basically it. Now let's go to maps. We can of course use general maps and materials in both. Anyway, we have Corona bitmap, for example, to load the HDRI. We can use V-Ray bitmap in V-Ray. Next one is Corona color, which may be useful from time to time. In V-Ray, it has a pretty similar name, V-Ray color. Next one, Corona distance. In V-Ray, you will use V-Ray distance text instead. So we have far texture, which is the same as far color, and near texture is the same as the near color. The same for instance texture and distance texture. However, in V-Ray we additionally can add the outside texture. We'll add objects here and here in Corona. We have similar objects to adjust in both render engines. And we can also add maps, so it's pretty straightforward. Corona Mix is another important map, especially if we use or create PBR materials. In V-Ray, we'll use V-Ray Comp Text. We have different modes in V-Ray. And we have modes in Corona as well. We have a top layer which is the same as source A and base layer which can be our source B. We can also control the mix amount. Okay, next, Corona Multimap, and in V-Ray we'll use V-Ray Multi-Subtext instead. So we can add different maps to it. Corona Normal in Corona is the same as V-Ray Normal map in V-Ray. And at the end, we can use Corona UVW randomizer in Corona And we have a similar map in V-Ray, V-Ray UVW Randomizer, and it has similar options as well. Okay, so I've shown you what materials and maps you can use in both render engines. In the next lesson, we'll further discuss the Corona physical material and V-Ray material options. See you there!